Hi, guys. Happy Thursday. And here's, I guess I said last time I'd be back Friday, but I'm not back Friday, huh? We're not back together till Tuesday. So hopefully this will work. I'm going to go fast, but it's probably going to be another 4 sections that you'll watch today. Um, just to get started with today, there were some definitions, things you read. So notice it says don't write these down. You don't need to copy these, just need to see them. Let's talk through a few of them, starting with the definition of probability. That's the proportion of times an outcome would occur, but notice it's in a very long series of repetitions. It's something that has happened over and over and over and over and over again and many times, and then that will give us an indication of how likely an event or outcome is to occur. They are called random if the individual outcomes are uncertain, such as rolling a die. You're not sure what you'll get. You know you get 1 through 6, but you can't determine which it will be. It's random. Okay. But there's a regular distribution of outcomes in a large number of repetitions. So you know about how many ones you would expect out of 100, how many sevens if you're rolling 2 dice. That's the most common one because there's more ways to get it, things like that. Mathematical probability, that's just the idealization on imagining what would happen in an indefinitely long series of trials, lots and lots of trials, okay? And you must have all this stuff out of the way. Long series of independent trials. But here's one. Probability is called empirical because it's based on observations. Remember we had the empirical rule? That's how you observe how much the data was in within 1, 2, and 3 standard deviations of the mean. Empirical has to do with your observations. Okay. There is, I'm going to hide this, a coin simulation app that I'd like to show you right now, if I could. No, it's not going to let me. All right. Oh, maybe maybe I can get to it. There it is. Okay. This is in your Google Classroom, so you can go and pause this video after I show you a little bit about this and do this yourself. We're going to show the true probability tossing a coin. If it's a fair coin, probability of heads is 5. And then let's just toss 15 coins. Okay, to just show you, how that probability changes. Of course, when you have small numbers of trials, you're going to be the variation is going to be huge. Now let's get it to toss 50 more. And as it's tossing 50 more coins, you could see that the probability of getting ahead is now nearing, and it goes up and down around it, but a lot closer to that 0.5. Actually, we ended at 0.492. So if we were to do 100 more, I'm just going to let it run crazy here for a minute. You could see that the variation still occurs, but the thought is after so many that it would, now we've gone above there. Okay. Now we're at 0.527, but we continue to hover around 0.5. Okay. You can mess around with that little app if you wish. Okay. Probability models. I guess I've lost my timer here, so we'll have to see what happens. Write your sample space using braces and then commas between the items. So for example, at MVHS, our sample space would be freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. See how it's written here. Sample space for a flip of the coin, heads, comma, tails, and we oftentimes abbreviate that in probability with H and T. So your sample space for 2 flips of a coin would be heads, 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 tails, tails, heads, tail, tail. Okay. So an event is any outcome or a set of outcomes from the sample space. Okay. So we say, what's the event that we choose a freshman given something, right? Or that we get both the same coin, heads and tails. This would be the event that we're looking for. Okay. So probability model is the sample space S that they use that and a way of assigning probabilities to those events. So some probability basics here. Know that the sample space for everything, all the probabilities had better add up to 100%. Okay. And so therefore the probability is 0 means this event is impossible to happen, and a probability of 1 means it is certain. Okay. So just for an example, probability that Mrs.